What two numbers do we need in order to write this equation?
Slope and the y-intercept.
We need the slope and the y-intercept. So, looking at line F, it's marked, it's labeled. What is your y-intercept? Start there.
1/2.
The y-intercept.
3.
It's crossing at the number 3. Okay? And give me another point that we can use so we can find the slope.
4, 5.
4, 5 works. Yeah. Let me make a better point. All right, so we find the slope using rise over run. What's our rise?
2.
And the run?
4.
And 2 over 4 simplifies to give us.
1/2.
So the equation of this line is y is equal to
1/2 x plus 3.
1/2 x plus 3. Déjenme el chisme. Part B. Now they want us to do the same thing, but they want us to write an equation for this line, line G. Once again, we need two things. We need the slope, we need the y-intercept. So starting with the y-intercept, what is that?
-1.
-1. What is the, oh, give me another point we can use for the slope.
4, 1.
4, 1. Okay, same thing. Rise over run. We rise
2.
and run.
4.
And then 2 over 4 simplifies to?
1/2.
So our equation is 1/2 x minus 1. It says compare the equations for lines F and line G. Line F and line G. Well, let's compare the slopes. What do we see? What do we notice about their slopes?
They're equal.
They are equal. Okay. What about the y-intercept?
Different.
Different. Different y-intercept. Okay. And that's going to be the main two pieces of information that you need to remember for about parallel lines. They do not touch because they have the same slope. Okay.
They're always gonna have the same slope?
Correct. Parallel lines have the same slope, and because they have the same slope, that is why they do not touch. Okay, so before coming into class today, the one piece of information you should have known about parallel lines is they don't touch, they don't cross, they don't intersect. Why? Because they have the same slope. Okay, parallel lines on a coordinate plane are lines that are equal distance from each other at all points, and they have the same slope. Oops. Parallel lines will never intersect, meaning they'll never cross, they'll never touch, okay? So, same slope, don't touch. Find the slope of a line parallel to the one given in the equation. When you are when you're labeling or when you're trying to describe a line that's parallel to another one, we use certain symbols, okay? So first thing you need to know is what is the slope? Why did they give us this equation here? We only need one piece of information from it. In order to know if it's parallel, we need to know if it has the same, or we need to know the slope of it, right? So out of this whole equation, I only need one number. What number is that?
5/2.
5/2. So I'm going to write M1. The little 1 is because that is the slope of the first line, 5/2. Now, if we want one that's parallel to it, what would the slope of the second line be?
5/2.
5/2, because parallel lines have the same slope. Okay. Let's look at the next one. What is the slope of this equation here?
2. -2.
Okay, remember, they like to flip these equations around to try to confuse you. This one is actually written in b plus mx. You got to find where the x is, right? Because the slope will always be the coefficient of x. So in this case, the slope of the first line is -2. So that means a line that's parallel to it is going to have a slope of -2. Parallel lines have the same slope. Can you tell me the slope of this third equation?
No,
No, why not?
because it's not solved.
Correct. Y is not by itself. It's not isolated. So we need to solve this equation first. before we can identify what the slope is. And this is just a one-step equation. We divide by 3.
Oh,
So we get y is equal to 4/3 x minus 6. What is the slope of this line?
4/3.
The slope of the first line is 4/3. And the reason we're labeling the first line and second line, if you haven't already checked, or if you didn't pay attention when you were writing your calendar, we're going to be working with perpendicular lines tomorrow. So there are going to be some type of changes. Okay, so a line that's parallel to this one will have a slope of also 4/3. Parallel lines have the same exact slope. Okay, same numbers. Use your knowledge of parallel lines to answer the following questions. Okay. Number 4, write the equation of a line that is parallel to y is equal to negative 4x plus 10 and has a y-intercept of negative 8. We're trying to write an equation. When we write an equation, we're writing it in slope-intercept form, right? So what information do we need from this equation? Why did they give us this equation in the first place? We only need one number. Yeah.
And it's gonna be the same.
We need the slope. We need, which the slope is.
Negative.
So the slope of a line that's parallel to it is going to be,
-4.
okay? So now I have my slope. Do I have everything I need? I have my slope. And it says we have a what?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept of negative 8. So yeah, we do have both numbers that we need. My equation is y equals,
-4a
uh-huh,
plus 8
Minus
minus 8. Negative 4x minus 8. Okay. Number 5.
Put this over.
Why do we have to solve it?
Because the
Y
y
is
is
in
not
by
on its
itself.
own.
Y is not by itself, and we solve by doing what?
Divided by
Divided by
Yeah. So let's go ahead and solve it. Y is equal to 2 over 3x minus what?
4
4. And out of the two numbers in that equation, the only one we need is
slope
2 over 3.
slope, which is 2 over 3. Now, a line that's parallel to it will have a slope of
2 over 3.
also 2 over 3. Okay? And it says here that this one crosses the y-axis. If it crosses the y-axis, what kind of number is this?
The Y.
Positive.
Y-intercept?
It is the y-intercept. They're giving us the y-intercept is 6. All right, so put it in your equation and we get
y equals 2 over 3x plus 6.
good. If you don't have questions, turn the page. 6 and 7 is how you're most likely going to see it on the STAR test. There is, get over it. There is an extra step, and you'll see why. All right. Number 6, they give us an equation. Why do they give us the equation? Because what do we need from it?
Slope.
The slope. So the slope of this of the first line is what?
1/4.
So if we look for a line that's parallel to it, the slope of the second line is going to be
1/4.
okay. But this time we have the slope, but we don't have the y-intercept. What do we have?
A point.
A point.
Oh, I know what we can do.
What can we use when we have a point and a slope? Yep.
You get the y of the point.
I know. You can do the.
Try again.
You can do the point slope form.
You have a point. You have the slope. Point slope form. It's in the name. Point slope form. Okay? Guys, in the last unit, this type of problem was on the quiz, it was on the review, it was on the test, and now you're seeing it in another lesson. That should tell you how important it is to know how to solve these. Okay? All right, so let's use point slope form. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. All right, so let's plug our numbers in. Y what?
-1.
Y minus 1 equals,
1/4
mm-hmm,
times x minus 8.
good. And we solve. How do we solve? We first,
Distribute.
and distribute tells you to
Multiply.
multiply. So 1 over 4 times x is 1 over 4x. And then what's 1/4 times negative 8?
-2.
You type it into your calculator. 1 over 4 times 8.
2.
And the result is, yes, 2. Okay, bring down your y minus 1. And the last step is to
Add the 1.
add the 1 plus 1. So you get y equals 1 over 4x
-1.
minus 1
Plus 3.
plus 3. That's your equation in slope-intercept form.
Because you added the 1 to the 2.
Exactly, the 2 is
2 is positive. Oh, no, you're right. I'm so sorry. You are correct.
Oh, wait, yeah, it's 1.
1/4 times negative 8 is negative 2.
You forgot to plug in the negative.
Sorry. 1/4 times negative 8 is negative 2, and negative 2 plus 1? Negative 1. You are sorry. I didn't even look at the key on my notes. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. Didn't mean to confuse y'all. Number 7. We want a line that's parallel to that equation and is going through that point. Okay? So first thing, why did they give us the equation? Because we need what from it?
Nope.
We need the slope. So the slope of the first line is,
-2.
and that means that the slope of this a line parallel to it will be
-2.4.
negative 2.4 because parallel lines have the same slope. Okay. Now, because the information that we have is the slope and a point, what can we use?
Point slope form.
Point slope form. That's not going to go away. If you're seeing it today, more than likely with perpendicular lines, you're going to see it again. So you need to know how to solve these types of problems. When we plug in the numbers, what do we get? Y
Plus 5
plus 5
equals negative 2.4x
times x
minus 10.
times x minus 10. Okay. First thing, we multiply, we distribute. And we have to multiply negative 2.4 times negative 10, which,
-2.
yeah, probably should be able to do that in your head, but anyway.
You get 24.
Bring down the y plus 5. The second step is to do what?
That's what I said.
Subtract the 5. So you get y equals negative 2.4x plus what?
Plus 19.
19. That is your equation in slope-intercept form. Preguntas, questions?
Nope.
Okay. The bottom part is something that has been shown or has been presented on the STAR test more frequently in the past few years. I'm talking about the last 3 or 4 years. So it is important to know this. They will also ask you what would be the question would be, what is the slope of a line that is parallel to this one, to the x-axis, or parallel to the y-axis? When you get presented these types of questions, it's very important that you also draw yourself a little picture. Drawing yourself a little picture will eliminate a lot of the confusion that you have when you're answering these questions. It says a line parallel to the x-axis. Well, let's think about what the x-axis is. The x-axis on my graph is the line that goes what? Horizontally, right? So if it's a line that's parallel to it, my parallel line will also be
On the x-axis.
not on, but it will also be a horizontal line. I'm going to write also horizontal.
You could write x.
Okay? And it will have a slope of what? Horizontal lines have what type of slope?
0.
0. What acronym do we use for horizontal? HOI. HOI, yeah. Now, opposite, a line parallel to the y-axis. Well, I got to think about it. The y-axis is a line that goes up and down, right? So if it's a line parallel to it, that line will also
Be vertical.
be vertical. It will also be vertical. And it will have what kind of slope?
And undefined.
Undefined. Undefined. So examples of this, if we go over to the graph, my x-axis goes left and right. It is a horizontal line. So an example of a line that is parallel to it oh gosh, that's gonna be confusing. Okay, of a line that's parallel to it, right, will also be another horizontal line, right? I put that one at -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. -5. Even though it's parallel to the x-axis, the equation's going to be a little bit different. This is a horizontal line, so we use HOI. What does the y in HOI stand for?
Y means for
The equation of the line is y is equal to a number. So the equation of this line is y is equal to, what number is that? -5. It's parallel to the x-axis, but the equation of the line is y is -5. Y is equal to -5. Yes.
Because it crosses through the y-axis on -5.
So, if for the one that's already on the x-axis, would you just put y is equal to x?
For this one,
Yeah.
if it lands on the x-axis, no, it's not y is equal to x.
Y is equal to 0?
0.
Oh yeah, because of HOI.
Correct. All right, now, if it's parallel to the y-axis, I'm going to highlight my y-axis. If it's parallel to the y-axis, that parallel line will also be what?
Up and down.
Vertical, okay? So I'm going to draw myself a vertical line. And I think I picked -5.
-4, I think.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that was just a coincidence. I really wasn't counting. But since it's a vertical line, what type of acronym do we use for this line? VUX. So that means the equation of this line is going to be x equals -5. It's parallel to the y-axis, but the equation is x equals -5. So those are just things you have to like slow down and think about, because it's very easy to say, oh, it's parallel to the y-axis, so it's y equals -5. No, you have to think about, okay, it's a vertical line. With vertical lines, we use VUX. So take your time, okay? Don't make little mistakes. Number 8, determine the slope of a line that is parallel to the x-axis. Let's break down this information right here first. My x-axis goes in what direction?
Horizontal, left to right.
Correct. So I'm going to draw myself a little x-axis here. So if it's parallel to it, it's also going to be a horizontal line, right? And it says it goes through the point 6, 8. Or 6, -8. Well, first thing you need to know, if it's parallel to the x-axis, it's what type of line?
Horizontal.
And we use,
HOI.
and what letter in HOI tells us what the slope is?
0 or O.
Oh, the number 0. So our slope here is 0. Okay? So we know the slope and we have a point. What can we use to find the equation?
Point slope form.
Point slope form. Y minus something equals something, x minus something. Y minus what?
Y plus 8.
Y plus 8 equals
0 times x minus 6.
x minus 6. Well, when we're solving it, 0 times anything is,
0.
so I'm just going to go ahead and bring down a 0. And the second step,
Add 8.
add,
Oh, subtract 8.
subtract 8. So we end up with the equation y equals
-8.
-8. Okay? Which is correct because it's a horizontal line. With horizontal lines, that y stands for y equals a number. Okay? And that's exactly what we ended up with here. Y equals a number. All right, number 9. Natasha says the line x equals 7 is parallel to the x-axis and has a slope of 0. Do you agree or not? Well, x equals 7. That is the same as x is equal to a number. Where do we see that? In Hoy or Bucks?
Bucks.
Okay. So x equals 7. That is Bucks. V in Bucks stands is a what?
Vertical.
Okay, so that's a vertical line. But my x-axis is a
Horizontal.
horizontal line. So, are they parallel?
No.
No. Not parallel.
Another thing is that it says that slope is 0.
Okay. So, our equation is x is equal to 7. We use Bucks for it, correct? Bucks means that it's a vertical line.
And then the U stands for undefined because it has an undefined.
The slope is undefined. It is not 0. And a vertical line is not parallel to the x-axis. It's parallel to what?
The Y.
Joanne. Parallel to the y-axis.
Wait, hold on, let me write that down.
Parallel to the y-axis, not the x-axis. Don't be complaining when I don't want to help you because you over there chit-chatting. Number 10. Write an equation of a line that's parallel to line H. And it passes through the point 2, 3. Okay? Well, we know that it passes through this point, and it needs to be parallel to line H. So what do we need from line H?
The slope.
We need the slope. Just like up here, what did we need from the equation? The slope, okay? So from this line, we need the slope. Slope, to find the slope of a graph, we use rise over run. So I'm going to use points -2, 3 and -3, 6. What is the rise?
At 6. Oh, what the?
3.
And the run?
1.
1? -1.
I kind of did it wrong.
Okay? So now we have the slope and we have a point. What can we use to find the equation?
Point slope form.
Point slope form. -3 times x, -3x, -3 times -2 is what? +6. And then add 3. So your final equation is y is equal to -3x plus 9. Questions? Number 11. Line P contains 2 points. Line M contains the other 2 points. Determine if they are parallel, yes or no. Well, if they are parallel, we know that their slopes will be what?
The same.
Yeah. But I don't know what the slope is. I know 2 points. What can I do to find the slope when I'm given 2 points?
You can use okay.
Rise over run, you can use rise over run when you can see a graph. We don't have a graph here, so we need to be able to use a formula. What formula is that? There you go. y2 minus y1. So first we got to find the slope for line P. And we do that using y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay. So at the top of my fraction, what 2 numbers will we put?
-1 minus 2.
Okay, and at the bottom?
We put 6 minus -3.
Okay, we get 6 minus -3. So let's find that slope for line P. Type that in my calculator. -1 minus 2. 6 minus -3. What is the result there?
You get like
-1/3.
You get -1/3.
now what you got?
We do the same thing for?
Line M.
Mm-hmm. At the top, what two numbers?
-1 minus 0.
And at the bottom?
-3 minus -6.
Okay. Okay. And what is the result?
-1/3.
Okay, so compare those two slopes. What are they? Are they the same? Are they different? Are
The same.
Same.
they're equal? So that means
That they are parallel.
they are parallel. They are parallel.